We're here today to talk about a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, and I think it's a very important topic. It's parenting, but more specifically, peaceful parenting. You may have heard about peaceful parenting under different names, such as attachment parenting, gentle parenting, or child-led parenting, but they all fall under the same umbrella, so I just like to call it peaceful parenting. And what it basically means to me is parenting your child true to their nature and raising them in a compassionate, peaceful, and nurturing manner. Now, this is my 2-year-old, Elijah. And thanks to Carol Tuttle's book, The Child Whisperer, I've been able to pinpoint his true nature as the determined child, in case you weren't able to tell by his determination to climb every surface in our home. Elijah is very high energy, and he likes to accomplish every goal he sets out to. Now, one of his favorite goals is running in the opposite direction while I'm trying to go in another direction. If I try to go against his nature and I use my force to pull him along or raise my voice or yell at him, there will be chaos, there will be tears, and persistence. He will not give up. But if I switch gears a little bit and I go with his nature, I make a game out of it. And I simply say, ready, set, go. And he runs with me willingly and joyfully in the direction that I want him to go in. That's peaceful parenting. It's parenting with your child instead of against them. This is so important, not just for the child or the family, but for the entire world. Because the respected and valued children of today are the compassionate adults of tomorrow. And for today, I'd like to specifically focus on the emotional benefits of peaceful parenting. From an emotional standpoint, a peaceful parent's main goal is to lead by example by dealing with emotions in a healthy way. 3 main tools used by peaceful parents are empathy, respect, and accountability. Now, how many of you like to have your feelings dismissed as no big deal? Nobody, right? Well, neither do kids. To you, that tantrum over going outside and playing a little longer seems silly. But to them, that is a huge deal. Those are their feelings and they're valid to them. So instead of demanding them to stop crying and go to their room as if they can switch it off instantly, you would get down to your child's eye level and say, I see that you're really upset that we can't go outside right now, and I'm sorry, but it's just too late. I know how much you love playing outside, so tomorrow we'll spend a little extra time. It's not about not saying no. Any parent will tell you that there are some things that are simply non-negotiable. It's just about helping your child process that no. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to instantly stop the tantrum. That would be magical. But what I am saying is that your child will feel heard. Now, if the tantrum does continue, parenting expert Dr. Laura Markham suggests that you remain available for your child. Don't leave your child alone to process these big emotions that they don't yet understand. Comfort them if they want to be comforted, or remain available. Let them know that you're available if they want some space. Help your child feel valued, and they will learn how to regulate their own emotions. Now, empathy is great, but it's not enough. Peaceful parents also use respect as another tool. A child raised in a peaceful household is respected just as another adult would be. Now, if you ask me what a child being respected looks like, first I'd like to point out what it does not look like. It doesn't look like them being threatened, either verbally or physically, and it doesn't look like them being dismissed or told to shut up. What it does look like is a child whose opinions are heard and taken into consideration. It looks like a child who's given opinions and an age-appropriate amount of freedom. I'd like to use Elijah as another example. He loves going outside to play, but he's only 2. So I'm not going to let him play outside by himself. That's not peaceful parenting, that's reckless parenting. But what I will do is I will go outside with him and let him explore freely while I can still see him. That gives him a sense of freedom, and he feels valued as a person but it also gives me, I'm also still there in case he needs me. Now, with this, what this level of respect does for a child is that they learn to respect themselves. They learn their own value, which leads to high self-esteem. But they also learn to respect other people. It's not just about respecting your elders anymore. Everybody deserves respect. Now, lastly, I'd like to focus on our third tool, which is accountability. A good, peaceful parent will demonstrate the importance of accountability, which ultimately leads to emotionally responsible children. What accountability means is owning your mistakes. Again, with a show of hands, how many of you are perfect and have never made a mistake? You're lying. Peaceful parenting is not about being perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about trying your best and admitting when you fell short. If you don't do this, then your child will see your flaws and they will learn that that's acceptable behavior and they will model that. But if you do what parenting expert Dr. Lauren Markham says in an article titled Why It's Best for Your Child If You're Not Perfect, she says, every time you reconnect with your baby or child, you teach trust. Every time you choose love over anger, you role model anger management and forgiving yourself and others. That's accountability. It's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you pick yourself back up. This helps children learn how to own up to their own mistakes. Now, in conclusion, peaceful parenting has huge emotional benefits. If you use the three tools of empathy to help your children deal with their big emotions, respect to help your children learn to develop high self-esteem and learn to respect others, and accountability to teach them to be responsible for their actions and emotions, you have a solid starting point to raising an emotionally well-rounded child.
Yay!
Elijah, can you clap?
Yay!
Clap, clap, clap.